always increasing the height of the entire tree. So you'll never get a case where you increase just this part and not this part. Right? So you always are increasing the whole thing every time you increase the root. So that's the whole reason that you know that this will stay balanced. Because remember, there was nothing I did where I took and added something here. I added at the leaves, but I just made them fatter, and if they got too fat, I pushed up. And if these were too fat, I kept pushing all the way up until, you know, if I was really fat full of tree, or a really full fat tree, I keep pushing things up, it ends up popping out a new node for the root. Okay? Now what about deleting? Now we're kind of fast forwarding through a lot of the steps here. But in this case, I want to delete 70. Now, what was nice about inserting, same thing with our BSTs with inserting, we always insert at the leaf. So we didn't have to worry, I mean, there were some nice things about that. With deleting, we can't always guarantee we're deleting at the leaf. If we are, it's easy. Well, kind of easy. So we'll see some of the deleting issues. But we're deleting, in this case, we want to delete the 70. I don't want to delete out of the middle, so I'm going to find the next in-order successor. So that means I'm going to go down from this node that used to be, that is 70. I'm going to go to the middle, in this case, to the middle child, and I'm going to go down, actually go all the way down that way. In this case, there's only one. But I'm going to find the smallest value in this subtree that's greater than 70. So the in-order successor. In this case, it's 80. I'm going to swap them. And that's what I end up here. After I swap them, remember I'm trying to delete 70. After I've done the swap, though, I'm not a valid 2, 3 tree anymore. Because this is not between these two values. But that's okay. I'm just partway done here. I'm swapped them, then I delete that one. When I delete that, I'm still not a valid 2, 3 tree. Because I have a 3 node, because it's got 2 values, but only 2 children. So I have to do, instead of a split, I have to do a merge. Actually, they don't call this a merge, they should, but yeah, they do, merge, okay, good. I'm going to merge this by taking that 80 and pushing it down into one of my leaves. I could also push the 90 here and leave the 80 up there. But in this case, I have a 3 node with only 2 children. 2 nodes can have 2 children. 3 nodes need to have 3 children. I don't have 3 children possible. So I'm going to take one of my values, and I'm going to convert it to a child and put it down on, in this case, I put the 80 down here. I converted that 2 node into a 3 node, but now we're all good. Agreed? We're all good? Once we're good. Now, did I change the height of the tree? Did not change the height of the tree. I just rearranged where my 2 nodes and 3 nodes were. Over here, I had a 2 node and a, actually, I had a 3 node and some stuff in the bottom. Now when I'm done, I have a 2 node and some stuff in the bottom. Resultant tree, yeah, we just did that. Okay. Now I'm going to remove 100. Notice 100 is way over here. Okay. I'm going to remove 100 from this. Now 100 is a leaf already, so I can just kill it. But when I do that, I don't have a valid 2, 3 tree anymore. Because I have a 2 node, 90, but it only has 1 child. Remember what I said about 1 child allowed. So I need to get this child, I need to somehow get this over here. If I were just to move 80 over, that's not right, because 80 is not less than 90. So instead I have to redistribute or rotate. So I move 90 down to become a child, move 80 up, and so I maintain the order. So this is my resulting tree.
You would move 80 up before you move 90 down?
Doesn't matter, it's all part of the same operation. Your tree is going to be invalid during the operation. You just have to make sure by the time you're done, it's back to valid state. All right, so we removed 100. Did I change the height of the tree?
No.
So if it was balanced before, it's still balanced, right? Just like we would expect. All right, now I'm going to remove 80. Well, 80 is a leaf, so I can get rid of that. And I'm left with this, again, not valid, because now 90 only has one child. Oh, remember, I had to swap. 80 was here. I don't want to remove out of the middle, so I swap it in order of successor. So now I'm left with this, where 90 only has one child. Again, not allowed. So what are we going to do? Well, if I merge 90 down, I push it down, this node becomes empty, which is just kind of a transition step. So what I need to do is I need to move 50 down here and then move this child over. If I move 50 down here, this becomes a 3 node, which has 3 children. This child, this child, this child. So I'm going to push 50 down, move that child over. Now I have a valid 2-3 tree, but my root becomes empty, so I delete my root. Did I change the height of the tree?
Yeah.
I did. Is it still balanced?
Yes, it is.
It is, because I deleted from the root, which means all paths of the tree got shorter by 1. So if I was balanced before, I'm still balanced. For the same reasons that inserting only at the root, only ingrowing at the root, causes the tree to stay balanced. Deleting only at the root causes the tree to stay balanced. Make sense?
Did you go back a slide? Wait, so you did a node that was pointing towards 6090.
Well, so first of all, they did a swap already. Okay, this used to be 60, 80, 90. And I want to delete 80. So the first step is I can't delete in the middle of the tree. So I'm going to swap these, and that's over here. Now it's not a valid tree anymore, right? Because this is not less than this. So then I remove it, or remove that value, make that invalid node. Now I'm stuck with this situation. And the solution here is I push this down into 60, make this a 3 node. This is gone, but now I have an empty node here. Empty nodes aren't really allowed either. So my solution is I push 50 down here, making this a 3 node, and then I change this over there.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what happens. That 50 got pushed down, and then this 60, 90 that was over here pointing to that empty node, now points over here. Because it's greater than 50. All these are greater than 50. And then since that's empty, I just remove that root. Make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, this is what we end up with when we remove 70, 180 from the 2-3 tree. It's still balanced. This is what we get when we remove it from the binary search tree. Is this balanced? No, it doesn't even look pretty. But technically it's not balanced because I have a path of height 2 and I have a path of height 4. 4 minus 2 is greater than 1. So the technical definition of this is also not balanced. So I'm in a better position over here. I'm going to maintain my balance. So walking through the algorithm a little bit, I'm going to remove an item from this tree. This is the item I'm removing. So I try to locate the item if it's found. If I don't locate the item, how do I remove it? Yeah, I don't need to. It's not there. Right, so that wasn't true. So yeah, I don't have to remove it. Once I asked my kids, when they were quite a bit younger, I said, why is it I always stop looking for something in the last place I find it? And they were like, yeah, that's weird. They were really young. So it's, you always look there first, and you always find it. So try to find the item. If it's found, then I'm going to delete it. Otherwise, no, I'm not going to delete it. If the item is not a leaf, I swap the item with its in-order successor, which will always be a leaf. Then I remove data item from that leaf node. And if the leaf node doesn't have any items, I call fixed tree. And then I return true because it's deleted, otherwise false. So what does fixed tree do? Fixed tree takes in a node, a node, which is the root of a tree. If n is the root, delete it, because that means it just shrunk the tree. Otherwise, p is the parent of n, and some sibling of n has 2 items, or if some sibling has 2 items, then distribute the items among n sibling of p. Right? So this is if so siblings are shared parent. So this is a note I wanted to I need to fix, and if one of my siblings has 2 nodes or 2 values, then I can redistribute. So that it's that rotate that I can redistribute things around. If n is internal, move the appropriate child from sibling to n. This is again where I do that merge across. Otherwise, I choose an adjacent sibling, and I again do one of those kind of shifts. I move things up. I mean, there's a lot of little steps in here to deal with, and then it recursively calls fixed tree again in case you made something else invalid now. If you keep doing this, you'll recursively end up all the way back up to the root, possibly removing the root. So this is kind of ugly, I agree. But the benefit is I have a nicely balanced tree all the time. And I'll tell you though that we never use 2 trees. Sounds really complicated.
Aw. It looks like it only did 2 log n plus 1 steps. Going up and down
So,
the tree.
I mean, it is